All right, so this is the first practice quiz that we have. So it's kind of a mix of easy and hard ones. So let's kind of start going through this. So let's see here. So we've got our mystery method that 4 is passed into it. So n is 4. Okay. So let's see here. Basically, how I do this is I would do my first 4 in my table up here. So is n is 4. Is 4 less than or equal to 0? No. So then we would skip this, right? And then we'd have our for loop up here. So you got 4. And this is going to be hard for me to get this in on this thing, so just bear with me. We'll say I is equal to 0. I is less than n. I plus plus. Okay, that's that. Then we got another for loop right here after. Well, this is going to be our s.o.p, and then we print a dash. Okay. And then we'll have our next for I equals what? 0. I is less than n. I plus plus. And then we got our s.o.p plus symbol. And then it does what? It does a new line, and this does our mystery. I'm just going to call it m, n minus 1. Okay, just call it m. So first time through, n is 4. So is 0 is less than 4, so it'd be a dash, and then is we add 1, so is 1 less than 4, we do a dash, then 2 less than 4, then 3 less than 4, okay? And then I would become 4, so 4 is not less than 4, so we're done with that. The same thing, it's the same thing here, so we would just do plus, 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 plus right there, okay? And then we would do m, 4 minus 1 would give us 3 now, so this time we go through with, that would be 3, so we would do 3 dashes, and then same thing with here. If it's 3, then we do 3 pluses. Okay. So then we've got m, which is then 3 minus 1 would give us 2. So if this is 2, then we start off I is 0. Let's get kind of bad there. So then we've got 2 here. So I would be 0. So then 0 and then 1 would print. So that'd be fine. So you'd print 2 of them. And same thing here. You'd print 2 of them. And then you'd have m. 2 minus 1 gives us 1 here this time. So just 0 would be okay. It's for both of them. So we would do that. So your output is just this combined, so it would look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because all we're doing, we don't have to pop back up any stacks on this. So dash, 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 plus, 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 and then dash, dash, then plus, plus, then dash, plus. Okay, so it's just these being added in, so it ended up looking like that. Okay. So your answer for 4 would be what? E. Second, the light in my room turns off. I want to turn it back on. So okay, there we go. All right. So next up, you've got basically the same problem now. The only thing that changes is what? Instead of the recursive mystery call afterwards, it's before it, okay? So you do the same kind of thing where n is 4, and you've got your, 4 I equals 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. Okay, and then you got your s.o.p with a dash, and then here you got your for loop. Oop, you know what? I should have done this a little bit differently. Let me close this and open it back up again. Because now, instead of being mystery called after, it's mysteries before it. So we've got right here, mystery, I'm just going to call it m, and then n minus 1, okay? And then we've got our for loop, so for I equals 0, I is less than n, I plus plus, and we have ourselves the s.o.p, the dash, and we got another for loop for I equals 0, I is less than n, I plus plus, and we have our s.o.p with a plus plus symbol, okay? So if we were to do this, 4 gets passed in here as 4 less than or equal to 0. Nope. So then we do, we've got to do, really, 4th coming through here is the first time is 4, okay? So 4 gets passed in, that becomes 3, then it becomes 2, then it becomes 1, and then it becomes 0. Okay, what does 0 return? 0 is just does the return, right? So you know, it does return. Okay, and so then we got to start popping up the stack, okay, going back up it. So when I is 1 is is n, n is 1. So when n is 1, we got 0 is less than 1, so it does a dash, okay? And then I becomes 1, is 1 less than 1, no. So then we got to go back here with this, n being 1, so is I is 0 less than 1, yes, so we do a plus symbol, and I becomes 1, is 1 less than 1, no. So then we pop back up the stack again, and n becomes 2, is 0 less than 2, yep. So we do a minus, and then I becomes 1, is 1 less than 2, yes, we do a minus. And we would do the same thing over here. I would become 3, and 3 is not less than n, so we would do that. And if you see the pattern, then we do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you noticed, I wrote this out first, so what it end up looking like would be a dash, then a plus, and then I did this line, so it would be a dash, dash, plus, plus, and 1, 2, 3, plus, 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 and then finally 1, 2, 3, 4, then plus, 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 plus. Okay, so when you pop back up the stack, we do this one first, then this one second, third, and then fourth, and so then it'd be first, second, third, fourth. Okay. All right. All right, so let's see here. Let's see, I should have enough room. Consider the following method. Mystery. We pass the string in, and our string is la, la, la. So let's do this here. So this is when you see you're calling multiple recursive methods to here, this is where I want you to use your tables. So I'm going to just call it M that gets passed in. What gets passed in here? We got law, space, law, space, law, exclamation point. Okay, that's what gets passed in. So then when that gets passed in, what's the length? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the length is 9. It is greater than 3. So then what we need to do is these three things here, which this is where I'll draw my my boxes, okay? Or tables, whatever you want to call it. So it does M, and it does the what? Substring, which is what? str dot substring 0, comma. The length is 9, so it'd be 9 divided by 3. Okay, and then we have s.o.p, which is the str dot substring. What do we got? Shoot. Got length, which is 9 divided by 3. I'm going to have to make this wider. Nine divided by 3, comma, 2 times 9 divided by 3. Okay. All right, and then we get M str dot substring 2 times 9 divided by 3. All right, so then this ends up going down here, and this does 0 to 3. 3 of law, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 0 to 3 would be M with law dash passed into it. Okay, and so then I can do my, Jesus, this is bad. I'm gonna do this whole thing. This is going to be M law. And I can do my whole big old box over here. Okay. Which would be what? This length is 1. So this length is 1, 2, 3. Is 3 greater than or equal to 3? Yes. Okay, so then we do what? M mystery str dot substring. What do we do? 0, comma 3 divided by 3. Okay. Then we do our s.o.p, and then what is it? str dot substring length is 3 divided by 3, comma 2 times 3 divided by 3. And then we do this last one, which would be what? M str dot substring what? 2 times 3 divided by 3. So it'd just be, okay, so now let's look at this. 0 to 1 would give us just L, okay? If we did this down here, if I had another box that would be passed down here. So L would be passed in here. What's the length of just L? It's 1. Is 1 greater than or equal to 3? No. So this one doesn't run again, okay? And that's why, like, your if statement wouldn't run. So in here, then we've got what? We've got 3 divided by 3, which is basically 1, comma. And then 3 divided by 3 is 1 here. So 2 times 1 is 2. So this one does 1, comma 2. 1, comma 2 of this one is 0, 1, 2. 1, comma 2 is just A. So this does A right here, okay? All right. So that's the first one. So then we come down here. 3 times divided by 3 is 1. 2 times 1 is 1, so it would just pass a dash into this M, right? And then we still have the same issue. A dash is just a length of 1, so then is 1 greater or equal to 3? No, so this is done. That nothing happens there. So then we pop back up this stack and we do this one right here, which is 9 divided by 3 is 3. And then 9 divided by 3, 3 times 2 is 6. So we've got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is just these 3 through 5, which is just law dash. Okay. And then this one would have to come down here, and we would have M. And then 9 divided by 3 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. So then we have 6 is, starting at 6 is just L, A, exclamation point. Okay. And then we got to do our other stuff right here. So we got to do this. Hopefully I can do this. But either way, we would have M. And then what? str.substring. And then what do we got? 0, comma, and this is 3. So 3 divided by 3. And same thing here. 1. So this is 1, 2, 3. So it does get in here. But then if we were to pass this 0, comma 1. That would be L. Is the length of L greater than 3? No, so that doesn't work. And then then we have our s.o.p, where we have str.substring. What do we got here? We got 3 divided by 3, and then we got 2 times 3 divided by 3. So we've got 1, comma 2. So 0, 1, 2. 1, comma 2 is just A. Okay. So that would be A. And that's hard to see right there. That's an A. All right. Shoot. Either way, I have this written out a little bit better, so you can kind of see it. So A. All right, and then the same thing would go down here. We have M str.substring, and then you'd have what what's the original? 2 times what? 3 divided by 3, and that's 2. So 0, 1, 2 is just the exclamation point. When the exclamation point gets passed in, the length is only 1. Is 1 greater than or equal to 3? No. So that's done. So it does this one first, then goes back up the stack and does that, and then it does this A. So it does A, law dash A. And that's your final answer. That is a nightmare, but it's not hard. It's just you have to follow and do the tables in order to understand that, okay? And this one's just kind of just as bad. All right, I actually, instead of writing that out, I have it's better to do with the tables that I have, and to be honest, it gets a little hard writing this out. So I'll do it right here and kind of walk you through it, okay? So you've got your print vowels. Val starts off at 4, and then you have print vowels basically does 4 minus 1, and then it does items at position K. And this, when you see 4 right here, it's K minus 1, so 4 minus 1, and then K, which is 4, and then print vowels 4 minus 2. It comes down here where items and K is 3. K, which is 3, is greater than 1, so then we do items 3 minus 1, items 3, and then items 3 minus 2. We come down here. Right here, when I come down here, K becomes 2. 2 is still greater than 1, so then we do items 2 minus 1, items at position 2, and then items 2 minus 2. When we come down here this time, though, K is 1. Is 1 greater than 1? No, so that this one's done. What's at position 2? It's an. And then 2 minus 2 is 0. So is 0 greater than 1? Nope. So that's done. So then what do? We got to go back up this stack. This whole thing is finished. So that means that's done. So then we come over here and we print what's at position 3, which is Cal. And then 3 minus 2 is 1. Is 1 greater than 1? Nope. So then this one completes. So since this whole one is done, this is done. Okay, that whole one is done. This one's done. So then we print what's at 4, which is Amy. So it prints Ann, then Cal, and then Amy. And then we've got to do this last one, which is 4 minus 2. K becomes 2. We do this print vowels. Print vowels items 2 minus 1. S.O.P, print the items at position 2, and then print vowels items 2 minus 2. So when we go through this one, 2 minus 1 is 1, K is 1. Is 1 greater than 1? Nope. So then that's done. We print what's at position 2, which is Ann, and then 2 minus 2 is 0, so is 0 greater than 1? Nope. So that one's done. So it prints in order Ann, Cal, Amy, Ann. All right, which, I kind of demonstrate up here in this one. This is how I used to do recursion like this, and this is just not a good way to do it. I put it in there just in case some of you don't like this, but you should really be doing it this way with the tables. It makes it a lot easier. So I think 5 then asks, how many times does print val get called? Let me see here. 5. So let's kind of go through how this print vowels get called. It gets called here, that's 1. Then here, that's 2. So let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, cool. So this is 2. This calls this one, which is really 3, and then 4, then 5, then back up here 6, then back up here 7, then 8, and then 9. So your answer is E, 9. Now, these 2 are the same. The reason why this is 1 and this is 2 is because this 2 is inside here, okay? These are really just the same, okay? And that right there is the same, all right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so that is 5 is E. Okay, and then what is 6? 6. So okay, so this is like an easy one. We can do this one real quick. So 6. Okay. So what do we got here? We got product. 6 gets passed in, so n is 6 the first time through. So this is n. And then what do we got here? 6 is not less than that, so what do we got? N times product n minus 2 and becomes so what do we got? So we got 6 times product, which is what? 6 minus 2, so it becomes 4. 4 times product. Okay. And so this becomes 2. Comes 0. So 0 less than that, so it returns 1. Okay, so this is 1. 1 gets passed up into that, so you got 2 times 1 is 2. 2 gets passed up into here, so then you got 4 times 2, which is 8. 8 gets passed up into here, so you get 6 times 8, which becomes what, 48? Okay, final answer. All right, so there's that. Finally, product 25 returns a really big negative number. So the following accounts for this result. So if you were to pass 25 into this one, you would get that. It's got to be an integer arithmetic overflow. Because look at this, there's no negative numbers in here when you multiply them, so you got an overflow. So your answer for 7 is D. So, and that's this video.